All right, guys, as you can see here on the table are still the cards from the previous reading that I did. And I don't, as soon as I ended that last reading that's up, I kept getting, now this is again something strange, and I don't typically get messages prior to pulling the card. Sometimes I'll have questions, but I don't typically have a message already. But I'm already getting, I'm sorry, but I keep hearing someone saying that redhead or red hair. I think I'm hearing that, not like an actual hearing voices or anything, but I'm hearing in my head, that redhead can get it. That redhead can get it. Now, I don't know exactly what that, I feel like I know what that's referring to. It feels very adult oriented again. And I know it's, look, not that anybody needs to know my business, but I'm 7 years celibate. I don't know personally, I don't have any people in my life personally like that. Definitely not any redheads. In this previous reading, both the Two of Wands, this lady here that we talked about in the wet spot, Redhead, and then the Queen of Wands also was here, and she's kind of being sultry and spicy in her way she's sitting on her throne here, and then the look on her face. Again, the Queen of Wands, I'm gonna leave her out because this could be male or female, I guess. But then again, also the Redhead in the Nine of Wands here. I think this is a male, but it could be a female. I don't know. It looks like a redheaded male in this one now. With just the loincloth. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I'm going to use the same deck and we're going to see what happens here. I don't know who this redhead is. Let's put her over here. I think it's like a Queen of Wands energy, though. It's somebody who's actually, it doesn't have to mean that they're, you know, Queen of Wands in reverse would typically be someone who's kind of out there and loose and whatever. Party girl, not even party girl. Don't take that wrong if you're a party girl, whatever. In this, again, in this reading, I'm feeling like it can be male or female. It can be for a male or female, from a male or female perspective. I don't know. I don't care. But I'm feeling like it's from a male perspective speaking on a female. Redhead female. Red-haired female. Now, I'm aware of some very attractive redheads for sure. And I've known some in my life for sure. Some have just been friends. A few have been more than friends, but let's see. Spirit, what is this? This redhead can get it. What is going on here? Is this going to be another spicy reading that I should label as an after dark, or are we just putting it out there? That redhead can get it. There's a couple cards that already jumped out there. It looks like 3 of them already jumped out. Leaving them face down, those will be the catalyst for the reading. Let's see what we get as I pull the cards. So we got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, somebody's feeling like they're not established. They don't have the job or the money or something maybe to impress someone, which is completely opposite than the previous reading. But so I don't know if this is a carryover, a part 2 or not. But this is someone who maybe they're just not confident in what they do have, or maybe they're not interested. That could be it too. They're not interested in the material things, which is kind of would be going along from the previous reading. Your material things don't impress me. And then we have the Queen of Cups. I need my glasses. We have Queen of Cups in reverse. Not offering any love, not really. This is subconsciously, if someone's not feeling confident in what they have to offer materially, it doesn't just have to be money. It can just be, hey, I'm in a situation where I have to live with family. Hey, I'm in a situation where I can't drive, you know, they lost their license. I don't know what all their situation is, but they don't feel like they have their stuff together enough to even consider any type of romance or love in their life, maybe. Tower in reverse. Going forward, let's bring a tower on themselves. That could be a realization. They may find out that this redhead that they have an attraction to, because they never made their move, they never opened their mouth because there was a lack of confidence or whatever. They already felt like they would be rejected, so they're not open to the love, so they reject themselves from the situation. Essentially, they bring the tower on themselves, and then they find out that someone else has already caught her eye. That could definitely be what's happening here. We'll get some clarifiers here in a moment, but let's see what we have here. We have the Five of Wands. Competition, right? The Fool. Afraid to take that leap. I love this Fool card in this tarot. Just a wild looking Fool card. I love it. Little chaos magic there in their apron. Chaos magic symbol. Or representing just chaos. And then the face is kind of a masked out kind of. Ooh, as I zoomed in there, I can see there's at the very top there's some little horns there. Kind of the shadow side of the Fool. Interesting. Holding the wand in this. Let me get my glasses. Definitely feeling like someone feels like there is competition, but they can't compete. Man, this is somebody with a real lack of confidence. It didn't matter, man. If I'm talking to the fella that's feeling it, and the Chariot in reverse, so not making any moves, that's exactly what that's all about. There's competition, feeling like a fool. If I was to even the chaos magic is actually a symbol around his neck in this as well. Not just on his apron, but it's also around his neck. Chaos. Oh, and there is chaos. I love this Fool card, but I've not looked at it. He's holding this egg as well. This egg comes up a few times later in this deck. It's the Night Sun Tarot. I believe the High Priest is using it, or the Hierophant rather is using it, and someone else is holding it at another point in time. Holding this egg that shows up quite a few times throughout I don't know if it's just in the major arcana or if it's in the minor as well. But again, the Chariot is in reverse here, is making no movements forward. And instead of the little white dog that is typically that represents spirit source, the higher self, your subconscious, your guides, or whatever, this has got like a black, like a hellhound kind of. Looks like a mix between like a Dobie and a pit bull, maybe? I don't know. But it's all dark and chaotic and things are broken around him. But on the staff or the wand that he's carrying in his bag, it's like the beggar's bag, the hobo bag is wrapped at the end of this wand or staff. And he's holding the egg. The egg represents life. It's a grayish colored egg with green aura around it. So there is some life to it here. I'm sorry, I feel like I kind of went off track from the focus of the question, the reading, but I'm kind of trying to get a feel for what this is about. And what I'm getting is, because they've convinced themselves they don't have something to offer, and that they feel like there's competition and my life is just too chaotic. I have too many things going on in my life. I'm not trying to explain it or drag someone into my drama. Maybe they're going through a divorce or a breakup or some mental health crisis or something like that, and they just don't feel like they want to pull someone else into it. They can't handle rejection maybe, so they're automatically putting themselves through the rejection again, which would be represented in that tower in the reverse as well. This poor, I don't typically feel sorry for the Queen of Wands because she's nothing but confident, but this poor lady, I mean, maybe that's just how she's presenting herself, though. You know, she's stepping off with some ego and arrogance. She's very confident, and there is a difference between confidence and arrogance. You can be very well aware of what your seduction powers are without actually being out there hoeing. You know what I mean? You can be you can know that you're super attractive and not have to show skin or sell yourself, not sell, but you know what I mean, not put yourself out there like that. You can, you know, I'm getting like hot in a business suit, you know, hot in a full-on gown. Doesn't matter. There's some beauty that still emanates from this fiery woman. Now, all this fire, again, I'm celibate 7 years, so this isn't some energy that I've been in. I'd let you know. I don't give a shit. I'd let you know if this is something I've been in, but this is not what I've been in, and I don't put myself in situations. I don't go out to bars and stuff like that like I used to back in the days. I don't put myself in situations in order to be around like temptations in that way, I guess you would say. But I know attractiveness when I notice it. These days at my age and in this point in my life, I see attractiveness through personality more than I do through physical looks for the most part. I'm still somewhat shallow, don't get me wrong. I'm still somewhat shallow. I think all of us can be, and look for surface level attraction as well, but that can change real quick. A really pretty face can turn real ugly when they start speaking, and there's an attitude that comes out that's just very unattractive. People's mouths, what comes out of them can make them less attractive. I'm reminded of one of the parables from Yeshua, the one they called Jesus, from back when I used to do my little Bible studying days and stuff like that, but where he's talking to the Pharisees or the religious leaders who are uber religious, you know, they act like they don't do anything wrong, and he's like, you're like a cup that you just wipe off the outside to make it look clean, but you never clean out the inside. And then when you drink from that cup, he doesn't say all this, but the idea is the dirtiness, the filth is still on the inside of the cup, no matter what it looks like on the outside. If it's yuck on the inside and you still drink from it, you get all those bacterias and all that stuff. If you never clean it out, just think about it. If you never clean out a cup and you just constantly use that cup, or you share it with others and you get their germs too, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting here, is like there can be that attractiveness immediately taken away. This person's not seeing that. They are very attracted to this redhead person, male or female, I don't care. You apply it where it goes. Very attracted to them. Be you. That redhead can get it. But I think there's more to it than just the physical attraction. Let's see what's going on here, because it's just going to not make a decision. Two of Swords. I'm just not going to express. I'm not going to communicate. I'm just not going to. This person is scared. Again, I wish I could go back to about 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, me, even 10 years ago, me, and talk to this person like, hey, it's not always about what you got. but you can go talk, you know. I used to be known for having a silver tongue, if you would. And I'm not trying to brag because it got me in more trouble than it did do anything good for me. 7 of Cups, all the options. There's so many options. That 9 of Pentacles in reverse, that 5 of Wands that we saw down here. There's so many options. There's so much competition. They've got so many options. And then the 4 of Wands, protecting the heart. You know what? It hurts less if I just don't make the move and I have myself convinced that they would reject me anyway, than to actually have a rejection happen in the 3D. So I'm just not going to make the move. If you're the redhead and you know somebody's got their eye on you and they're acting a little awkward and stuff, and you have an interest, you might need to go and provide an opening for them. You know, you might need to crack the door open, give them a sign, and if they're not real bright, you may have to spell it out for them. And the 4 of Swords, no, I'm sorry, we already had the 4 of, no, we had the 4 of Wands, so the 4 of Swords. In the reverse though, like they're not even going to try to do it. This person is doing something very impressive here with their words. Like I just said about myself, I used to be, not say I used to be known, but I used to have silver tongue. I knew how to talk. I still know how to talk, but I used to know how to talk, and I wasn't intimidated. I didn't care if it was a beauty pageant person and I was sleeping on a friend's couch. I've had those times, and I would still, and a lot of times that confidence is more attractive than anything. You can get around. I can change what my financial situation is. You can change your attitude, but which one do you think is more likely to get changed first? You know, ugly attitude and ego and stuff like that, living out of the ego. Anyway, this is in the reverse. I'm not even trying to do anything to impress because I'm not open to an emotional connection myself. Page of Cups, no offers of any kind of emotional connection. This can also be like I'm not using my intuition. Maybe you are the redhead and you are giving them signals. Like I said, they're just not bright enough to be picking up on your signals. You may have to come out and let them know. And then the King of Pentacles, again, this has got so much to do with this person allowing their status, their bank account, what they drive. Like, yo, man, if this is you, I don't care if you're wearing some Goodwill tennis shoes and some kind of thrift store clothes on top of that, and you have to catch a bus to go where you go. Ambition and confidence are key. Like, you can go and talk to this person. It's a matter of just being real, you know? You don't have to go and tell them all your problems. Don't talk to them. And then as you get to know them and you feel like you want to be a little more transparent, then you can kind of let them know where you're at in life and what you're struggling with, or if you're having a hard time or something like that. But don't allow that to keep you stuck and afraid to move forward. Come on, let's get some answers. Let's get some guidance with this Tower in reverse, because right now, looking ahead, this is going to result in nothing but you bringing the heartache. Bring it on the heartache. Who is that? Def Leppard back in the day? Is that who that was? I don't know if that's right or not. It was somebody bringing on the heartache. Who was that? I'll have to look at that. I'll have to look up that one. Anyway, but I feel like going forward, you're bringing the Tower upon yourself. When you find out that their eyes are on somebody else, and then years later you could have maybe it's a friend, and it's one of those situations. Years later, I always liked you. Well, why didn't you say something? Well, because I saw the people you went out with. You always went out with the athletic type. You always went out with the, yeah, but you and I were so close. We bonded on a different level. You know what I mean? Like there's like that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you here. King of Swords. Chicken shit. You're still not going to talk. You're still not going to talk to him. He's still afraid. Magician in reverse. I am not going to manifest anything because I'm broke. Whatever. And then the Star. You're not seeing that. You're not seeing that. You're not seeing that you are the Star. You are the wish fulfillment. Your own wish fulfillment to begin with, but you have it in you to manifest this situation, but there has to be confidence. You have to find your confidence, and I feel like I'm talking to the guy about the girl. Again, I feel like I'm talking to the guy, just like the last reading, but that one was different. This can be the flip side. This can be the alternate universe of the whole thing. In the previous reading, it was kind of like a female had already missed her opportunity with the male because of her materialism. This here, I feel like the guy's focus is on the material things or the lack of the material in this situation. So I don't know. We're getting both sides of this, I guess. But that's what I got for you. Open your mouth. Quit being a chicken shit.